So, good morning to all of you once again.
Good
Page
morning,
number 158. Yeah, good morning. We were doing the chapter 14, history chapter 14, the nationalist movement from 1870 to 1947. 1947, isn't it? And we have seen the formation of Indian National Congress, that was the INC, was formed in December 1885 by A.O. Hume, isn't it? With the supporting hands of 72 Indian educated delegates. This have been done. And what was the demands of those moderate or the Congress people? We were always also gone through the points. And we will be switching over the topic known as the partition of Bengal, which was done in July 1905. The partition of Bengal was held, and the official reason for the partition of Bengal was very simple. It was given that the collection of revenue collection was difficult. So collecting the revenue from such a big province was very difficult, and this reason was given by Lord Curzon. The reason was given by the Lord Curzon.
Lord Curzon.
And the day was also observed as a day of mourning, and इसका काफी विरोध हुआ था और लोगों ने इस चीज को पसंद नहीं किया था। 1905 में जो बंगाल विभाजन हुआ था, और कई ऐसे हमारे जो आईएनसी के लोग थे और भी कई कॉमन लोग थे, they started saying to love Swadeshi and boycott the foreign goods. To love Swadeshi and boycott the foreign goods. This was mostly adopted by those who has taken the national education, जिन्होंने हायर स्टडीज लिया था और अच्छी पढ़ाई पढ़ी थी। उन्होंने लोगों को ये समझाने का काफी हद तक प्रयास किया to have a love for Swadesh and Swaraj, isn't it? And most of the things were done by the radicals. Radicals, you know, जो तुरंत पे हमारे चाहते थे, रिजल्ट चाहते थे। हाँ, who are the radicals?
लाल बाल पाल।
Bipin Chand. And who are the prominent moderate leaders? Who are the prominent moderate leaders?
Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Dadabhai Nauroji, Surendranath Banerjee, Firoz Shah Mehta, Mahadev Govind Ranade, and Badruddin Taibaji.
Yeah. Now you have seen this Lal Bal Pal, among which some of the people, they have given the slogans also to unite the people for the nationalist movement, isn't it? Without slogan or without banner, nothing can be done. Even in today's date also, if you are going to sell any goods, you just keep an advertisement or a banner, isn't it? So that time also, to unite the people for doing the nationalist movement, many slogans were given. And I think so in chapter 1, we have also seen many slogans, isn't it? So again, we are going to recall it. I'm going to recall it that Indians boycotted the foreign goods and used only Indian goods. And now for this, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. स्वराज मेरा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है और मैं उसे पाकर ही रहूंगा। ठीक है, ये कथनी कहा था। The slogan of Tilak gave a very impetus to the attainment of Swaraj and meaning for the self-rule. तिलक जी का ये जो कथन था, स्लोगन था, इससे लोगों के मन में अपने सेल्फ रूल के प्रति और स्वराज के प्रति एक बहुत अच्छी भावना आई। क्या था? स्वराज इज माय बर्थ राइट एंड आई शैल हैव इट, isn't it? Now, student played a very important role in this movement by boycotting the classes and picketing the shops selling foreign goods, and many women also joined the process and picketing. You know why I say that here we are not only to getting the marks, we are come here to know certain things. So we are talking about those standards, how the students, the college student, the school student, the women, the common people, they all have boycotted the foreign goods. Students, they boycotted the classes, isn't it? Colleges have been boycotted and all of them have joined for the nation. Huh? Hello? Who
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there? Somebody was speaking in the middle. Picketing means क्या? उन चीजों को वो बेचना छोड़ दिए, उन चीजों को छोड़ दिया लोगों ने, सामान बेचना भी छोड़ दिया, खरीदना भी छोड़ दिया. Now we'll see some of the radical groups among the Congress, and this radical group, Lal Bal Pal, was from Congress only, isn't it? And they encouraged, what they encouraged, because they don't believe in appealing and giving the application. So what they encourage, Lal Bal Pal, love for Swadeshi goods. Page number 159. Yeah. Love for Swadeshi goods, participation in mass rallies to boycott the foreign goods, boycott of government services, schools and colleges, and surrender of titles confirmed by the Britishers. ये सबसे बड़ा काम हमारे रेडिकल्स ने किया. पहला क्या किया? अपने स्वदेशी सामान से प्यार करना, स्वदेशी चीजों से प्यार करना, है ना? Nowadays also many of the people, they like khadis, है ना? They go to स्वदेशी khadis and all such things are there. उस समय भी बोला गया कि आप स्वदेशी दूध से प्यार करिए. Then participation in mass rallies, जो भी rallies वे लोग कर रहे थे उसमें participate करने के लिए रेडिकल्स ने लोगों को कहा. फॉरेन गुड्स का बहिष्कार किया गया, ठीक है. बाइकआउट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज, स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस. जितने भी भारतीय लोग अगर गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के सर्विस में जॉब कर रहे थे, उनको कहा कि भाई आप नौकरी छोड़िए, नौकरी आप ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट का छोड़िए. बच्चों को कहा गया कि आप ब्रिटिश सरकार द्वारा खोले गए स्कूल को छोड़िए. कॉलेज के बच्चों को बोला गया कि आप कॉलेजेस को छोड़ दीजिए. अब तो हमारा समय आ गया आजादी का.
Yes, ma'am.
तो ये चीजें हैं, ये जानने वाली बात है. फिर सरेंडर ऑफ टाइटल्स कन्फर्ड बाय द ब्रिटिश. जो टाइटल दिया गया था, ब्रिटिश लोग ना बड़े चालाक होते थे. अगर वो देख लिए कि ज्यादा अमीर लोग हैं ना, तो ये जमींदार नाम उन्हीं लोगों ने दिया हुआ है, लैंडलॉर्ड्स.
Yes, ma'am.
जमींदार साहब हो. तो आज के डेट में कोई जमींदार नहीं बनता. वो पहले के जमींदारी चली आ रही है, बट वो जमींदार नहीं है. इज नो मोर जमींदार. मगर कहीं कहीं गांव में अभी भी इस चीज को प्रचलन किया गया. वो आजादी के पहले के जमींदार भी आज भी अपने आप को जमींदार ही समझते हैं, मुझे पता है ना. तो हमने उस टाइटल को ले लिया, हमने वो टाइटल को ले लिया है. वो आजादी के पहले ही ले लिया था हमने, जब हम वो आजादी की लड़ाई लड़ रहे थे कि भाई आप जमींदार नहीं रहोगे, राय बहादुर. और ये जो हमारा, यू नो व्हाट इज द रियल नेम ऑफ रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर? He was Rabindranath Thakur. He was Rabindranath Thakur. और ठाकुर नाम को ना ब्रिटिशर्स ने टैगोर कर दिया. हाँ, उसको बिगाड़ करके टैगोर कर दिया, ठीक है. तो आप ये देखिए, बहुत सारे ऐसे आप देखोगे कि राय बहादुर साहब बोलना, हम लोग कितना बोलते हैं, वकील साहब बोल देते हैं, जज साहब बोलते थे, डॉक्टर साहब बोल देते हैं, और हर टाइटल के आगे भी जी लगाते हैं, साहब लगाते हैं. तो ये चीजें, बहुत सारी चीजें हमने सीखा. मगर उस समय ये बोल दिया था कि यू हैव टू सरेंडर योर टाइटल्स. दिस ऑल वाज डन बाय द रेडिकल ग्रुप्स अमंग द कांग्रेस. ये अलग से नहीं थे, कांग्रेस के ही थे. Now, Swadeshi movement, very important part. What was Swadeshi movement? Spread from Bengal to Maharashtra. But natural that Swadeshi movement was started from Bengal after the Bengal Vibhajan. After the Bengal Vibhajan, the Swadeshi movement spread from Bengal to Maharashtra and Punjab. Isn't it? The governments suppressed the movement during this period, and Dadabhai Naoroji presided over the Calcutta session of the Congress in 1906, and a call was given by the attainment of Swaraj, self-government. हाँ, देखिए क्या हुआ, पंजाब, महाराष्ट्र, इन सब जगहों पे हमारा स्वदेशी मूवमेंट की लहर चल चुकी थी, बंगाल से उठते हुए। मगर इस चीज को द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ब्रिटिश स्टार्टेड सप्रेसिंग, इसको दबाने का प्रयास किया गया। मगर इसी समय हमारे दादा भाई नौरोजी ने 1906 में एक मीटिंग कॉल किया, कांग्रेस की एक मीटिंग, एक बैठक बुलाई, उन्होंने मीटिंग किया और उन्होंने उस मीटिंग में दादा भाई नौरोजी जी ने कहा कि वी नीड सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट।
उसके बारे में बता रही हिंदी।
what we need self government, yeah, they wanted the need of self government and for the Indians. So the differences between the moderates and the radicals came to heat, and during the Surat session in 1907 there was a split in the party and the two groups parted ways, and the moderates were led by the Gopal Krishna Gokhale and Firoz Shah Mehta, and the radicals were referred as to be, yeah, tell me.
मैम जो रेडिकल्स है उसका मैम वो एक बार फिर से समझा दीजिए।
रेडिकल्स हमारे कांग्रेस के ही वैसे लोगों का गुट था जो केवल अपील करने में और एप्लीकेशन लेकर के, दस्तावेज देकर के ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट से अपने अधिकार नहीं मांगना चाहते थे। वो चाहते थे कि तुरंत उन्हें सारी चीजें मिले, और जब वो चीजें नहीं मिल रही थी, उनमें से हमारे कुछ प्रमुख नेता थे कांग्रेस के, लाल बाल पाल। कौन थे? कौन थे? लाल बाल पाल। लाल बाल पाल। तो मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि मॉडरेट लोग अपील करने में विश्वास करते थे और रेडिकल्स लोग जो थे वो तुरंत रिजल्ट चाहते थे, और उनका रिजल्ट, उनका जो डिमांड था वो भी मैंने अभी पढ़ा आपके लिए, लव फॉर स्वदेशी गुड, पार्टिसिपेशन इन द मास रैलीज एंड बायकॉट ऑफ द फॉरेन गुड्स, बायकॉट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज, स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस, एंड सरेंडर ऑफ titles conferred by the British. This all was done, and at the same time what we have seen that government, the Bengal Vibhajan was done, but the Swadeshi movement from Bengal, it went, it spread to Maharashtra and Punjab. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening? Those who have asked me the question, yes. अब जब ये पंजाब और महाराष्ट्र और इन सब जगहों में जाने लगा, तब दादा भाई नौरोजी, क्योंकि ये कांग्रेस के थे, इन्होंने एक बैठक बैठाई, मीटिंग बुलवाई कांग्रेस की, और जिसमें उन्होंने सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट की बात कही, सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट, isn't it? Now there was a difference has been created in moderate and radicals. मॉडरेट और रेडिकल्स में आपस में मतभेद हो गया, कांग्रेस में मतभेद हो गया, लाल बाल पाल और ये हमारे मॉडरेट्स में हमारे गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले एंड फिरोज शाह मेहता थे। तो इन लोगों में, इन नेताओं के बीच में स्प्लिट आ गया, बंटवारा हो गया लोग, और क्यों? विचार को लेकर के, अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर थॉट्स दे हैव बीन पार्टेड, दे गॉट स्प्लिट, isn't it? Now you see this radical, stop talking in the middle, please. It's my request. So these radicals were also known as extremists. What they were known as? Extremists.
Extremists.
आपको, you know what is the word meaning of extremists? किसी भी चीज को एक्सट्रीम पे ले जाना, किसी भी चीज को एक्सट्रीम पे ले जाना ही isn't it? हाई लेवल पे ले जाना। तो हमारे जो रेडिकल्स थे, दे नीड एवरीथिंग टू बी डन, and moderate want everything to be written in the application and appealing.
Yes,
this was
and
the,
they believed in protest, hurtal and slogan.
Yeah. Now we'll talk about the formation of Muslim League. Now you know why this Muslim League was formed. This was the great achievement of the Britishers by doing divide and rule. You have heard this word, divide and rule.
Divide and rule policy.
Divide and rule policy.
Yes, ma'am.
का सही इस्तेमाल अगर हम देखेंगे तो इसी समय हुआ है, और यहीं से हमारा शुरुआत होता है हर चीज में. इवन इन टुडेज लाइफ, इफ somebody does like this, we say don't do divide and rule. What we say? Don't do divide and rule. This thing we say. So let's see why this word has been came. Formation of Muslim League, the Britishers were practicing the policy of divide and rule to weaken the nationalist movement, and they encouraged the Muslim to form a separate organization of their own. And Muslim League was formed in 1906 by Aga Khan, the religious head of the Muslim sect, and Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka. आपको जैसे मैं बता दूं कि बंगाल विभाजन हो चुका था, बांग्लादेश 1905 में बन चुका था, और जब बन चुका, पार्टीशन हो चुका, तब Britishers has thought that they have been won the game of divide and rule. अब वो समझ गए कि उन्होंने जो divide and rule का गेम खेला था वो अब जीत गए. They started saying the Muslims community that Hindu as a big population in India are having as a political party, Congress as a political party, isn't it? So why don't you all people are making your political party? This was said by the British government, isn't it?
Yes.
So the Muslim community, they also started having the thought that yes, we should also have a separate organization. We should also have a separate organization. That is known as a Muslim League. That is known as a
Muslim League.
And this Muslim League was formed in 1906, just after Bengal Vibhajan. See, underline the date. In 1906, Muslim League was formed by Aga Khan. By
Aga Khan.
Aga Khan.
Who was Aga Khan?
Ma'am, he was the religious head of a Muslim sect.
He was religious head of a Muslim sect. He was a religious head of a Muslim sect.
He was a religious head of the Muslim sect, and the
Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka.
Dhaka ke Nawab. Dhaka, where is Dhaka, you know? Bangladesh.
Bangladesh का capital.
Capital of Bangladesh, Dhaka. तो ढाका के जो नवाब थे सलीमुल्लाह खान और आगा खान जो रिलीजियस हेड थे, ये सब मिलके इन्होंने एक मुस्लिम लीग का फॉर्मेशन किया 1906 में. कब किया? 1906. Now see, Marley-Minto reforms of 1909. What was Marley-Minto reforms? Please recall the first chapter that we have studied about some of the reforms. You know, the first chapter was related to some of the index of the whole book.
Yes.
Now again we are going, reforms have been taken, Nationalist Movement has been done. So now we are coming to what are the major events of the modern history that first we have done, that is Bengal Vibhajan. Major event हमने पढ़ा अभी, and one more 1857 revolt. दो चीज पढ़ लिए. मैंने बताया था ना आपको कि हम लोग चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे 1857 event of modern history. The great event of modern history was revolt of 1857, Bengal Vibhajan, and most few of the reforms, among which we are going to study about the Marley-Minto reforms, 1909. Marley-Minto reforms, 1909. Now see, the British government announced a Marley-Minto reforms to pacify the moderates, but the reforms did not pay any heed to the demand of the Indians for Swaraj, isn't it? What was this Marley-Minto reforms? ये एक ऐसा reforms था जो British government ने moderate लोग को pacify करने के लिए. You know what is the meaning of pacify? To make them happy. To make them happy. To make the moderate happy, they did this reform to make the moderate happy, and you know this reform did not did anything. No demands were fulfilled for the Swaraj of India. Indians were having the thoughts of self-rule and Swaraj, but these reforms did not did anything for the Indians. This is only to pacify them. उनको खुश करने के लिए. अगर आप किसी को बोलोगे कि भाई मैं आपका ये काम कर दूंगा, उसी में आप आधा खुश हो जाओ। अगर आप बोलोगे कि नहीं आपने क्या बोला वो तो मैं नहीं करूंगा, Amrita is giving me exhibition project, but I will not accept it. How she will feel? Unhappy. If I will say, you give me any of the project, I will accept it. You will feel happy. In the same way, they have said that we are doing reforms for yours, but they did not did anything. But they made their moderate happy. Moderates look, they were so pleasing that they become happy. But now you see the Muslims were granted a separate electorate that is known as a representation, and this reform was further threat to the Hindu-Muslim unity in the national movement, and the moderate opposed it, and the struggle for Swaraj became more intense. As Muslim League was formed for the formation of separate representative from the Muslims, for the formation of separate representative from the Muslims, because these Muslims and Hindus both were started thinking that we should have their own representative. But
मैम इसी के चलते इंडिया का पिटिशन हुआ था।
हाँ, तो मगर मॉडरेट लोग थोड़ा सा इसमें नाराज हो रहे थे, वे लोग बोल रहे थे कि नहीं ये तो एक बहुत बड़ा थ्रेट है। Why they are becoming unhappy? The moderate were becoming unhappy because they started thinking that this is a threat for the Hindu-Muslim unity. This is a threat to Hindu-Muslim unity, and because we are here to do the nationalist movement, we are here to do the national movement. We need our Swaraj, and here only this British government is creating the different representative only to divide and rule, only to divide the Hindu-Muslim unity. So this was not liked by the early phase of Congress, or you can say the moderate, or you can say even the radical. And you know, some of the in the Muslim League also, and the many of the Muslims religion also, they also did not like the partition of Bengal, and also did not like the separate representative. They also did not like it, because they want to be united and they want the national movement. So Marley Minto reform was only to pacify the Indians. Now see, Home Rule League. Please recall the first chapter that many reforms were done. Many events were happened in this. So again we talk about the Home Rule League. It was in 1916 where an Irish lady known as Mrs. Annie Besant. You must have heard the name of Annie Besant.
Yes, ma'am. She is a writer.
In 1916, he was an Irish lady, Mrs. Annie Besant. He established the Home Rule League in Madras, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak established it in Maharashtra. And the purpose of the league was to attain a self-government, and the British government tried to crush the movement, but the agitations continued. You know, see again a British Irish lady, Mrs. Annie Besant, in 1916 took the initiative for the home rule in Madras, and the same home rule was established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Maharashtra. And the purpose of this league was to attain the self-government. मैंने यहाँ आपको पहले भी बताया था कि इसमें कुछ ऐसे भी ब्रिटिशर्स थे जो 200 वर्षों से अगर भारत में रह गए तो उनका भारतीयों के प्रति कुछ सिंपैथी जरूर जाग गया था, और उनका उसका ही ये रूप है कि Annie Besant has established a home rule league in Madras, and the same was established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Maharashtra, and the purpose was simple: self-government. The purpose was self-government. But the British government again, as usual, the British government did not like this, and they started crushing this league, the home rule. He started crushing, started suppressing them, but it could not happen, and it continued day by day. The nationalist movement was improving rather than decreasing. Isn't it? And Shashank is feeling very happy because it was increasing. It was not decreasing. Isn't it? Good. At the same time, we'll also have studied about the Lucknow Pact in chapter 1st. Many reforms have been done. And Lucknow Pact also, if you are studying chapter 1, only the word Lucknow Pact of 1916 and Home Rule also in 1916 for the self-government, which was done by Annie Besant and Irish lady. Now in 1916, the moderates and the radical reunited to strengthen the national movement after 9 years and signed a joint pact at Lucknow with the Muslim League, and the jointly demanded the self-rule for India. Very great miracle. Lucknow Pact was a very great miracle. In this, what happened? Both moderate and radical and Muslim League, after 9 years, 9 साल के बाद में ये सारे रेडिकल मॉडरेट और मुस्लिम लीग सबने मिलकर लखनऊ पैक्ट में एक दस्तावेज को साइन किया. किसको साइन किया?
दस्तावेज.
Dastawez.
Yeah. They have signed a joint pact. What they have signed? A joint pact, and they reunited and jointly they demanded for the self-rule of India. अब ये तीनों मिलकर के, तीन ही तो गुट बन गए थे हमारे, रेडिकल, मॉडरेट एंड मुस्लिम लीग. अब तीनों ही मिलकर के, उधर बंगाल विभाजन भी हो गया था मगर पे भारत में थे. और देखो 1905 में बंगाल विभाजन के बाद भी 1947 तक बंगाल के विभाजन के बाद भी हमारे साथ थे, और मुस्लिम लीग भी साथ में रहे, कांग्रेस के मॉडरेट और रेडिकल्स भी साथ में रहे. और यही हमारा था लखनऊ पैक्ट 1916 का. 1916 the Lucknow Pact was the reunion again after the 9 years of radical and moderate. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
क्लियर हुआ होगा. वापस से reunited हो गए 9 साल के बाद. 9 साल के बाद सब इकट्ठे हो गए.
Yes, ma'am. And they signed a joint pact at Lucknow.
Yes, ma'am.
Now Sahil Raja is happy. When my students are happy, I am also happy. Great. Great. I already said that chapter is very nice, and here we are come here not for marks, not for just completing the chapter. We are here to know something, isn't it? Again, the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi, very great thing. Please, it's just like a story for all of you. Arrival of Mahatma Gandhi on the national political scene. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Sahil Raja.
Yes, ma'am.
First chapter mein we have also studied about the Frontier Gandhi. Who was Frontier Gandhi? सीमांत गांधी कौन थे? ये तो महात्मा गांधी को सभी लोग जानते हैं, आप सीमांत गांधी बता दीजिए. चलिए. फ्रंटियर गांधी. खां अब्दुल गफार खां कौन थे?
Abdul Ghaffar Khan, ma'am.
खां अब्दुल गफार खां. खां अब्दुल गफार खां. फर्स्ट चैप्टर में इनका नाम लिए. ये हमारे सीमांत गांधी थे, फ्रंटियर गांधी.
Popularly known as Frontier Gandhi.
Understood? So
Yes,
now we are starting the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi on the Indian political scene. महात्मा गांधी जी का आगमन हुआ है और हम उनका नेशनल इंडियन पॉलिटिकल सीन में participation of Mahatma Gandhi in the political scene and the nationalist movement of India. And all of us know that he has contributed many of the things in the Indian freedom struggle. That's why he was popularly known as Mahatma. He was known as Father of Nation. Who is Father of Nation? Sahil Raja?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. I want you to get it flow in the chapter. That is my motto, isn't it? And I feel very nice in it. So, you know, you have seen when the First World War was occurred. First World War कब हुआ था?
1857.
No, First World War, not First Nationalist Freedom War for India. फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार की बात बता रही, वर्ल्ड वार में थोड़ी 1857 का हुआ था। 1914 to 1918 was the first world war. फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार अभी आप 9th और 10th में पढ़ेंगे। 1914 to 1918, 1918, हाँ
28 July 1914 to 11 November 1928.
1918, हाँ, very good. You will see after the first world war, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर के बाद की बात बता रहे हैं, मोहनदास 1914 to 1918, मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी, फुल नेम मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी took over the leadership of कांग्रेस। इन्होंने कांग्रेस का लीडरशिप ले लिया। शशांक, शशांक, okay, so Mahatma Gandhi took over the leadership of Congress after the First World War. ठीक है, and he introduced the technique of non-violent